Hey everyone, Garfum here, and today I want to talk about stash management and the method I use this season to keep track of all my items. So, like most people, around halfway through the season, I was completely running out of space in my stash, and I kind of had no clue of what items I really had in there, and I needed to sort through it all, and I wasn't sure what items I needed for my builds and whatnot, so I needed to go through and clean it out so I could focus on which items that I still needed to collect for all the builds that I wanted near the end of the season. So if we take a look at my stash right now, it's gotten a bit messy since I cleaned it out, but it's still got some space in it, and I feel like this little system I made is helping a lot. So we got the crafting tab, and then I sorted it out by Demon Hunter builds. So we got Natalia's, and we got the LON build and Shadow's build. This is sort of theory crafting items that I've just kept, and monk items, and some extra gem page here. Also, for each of my characters, I've kept certain items that are only going to be used for those characters or builds that those characters are going to be using. So I know some people are bothered by the extra items that are kept in the inventory all the time, but I feel like it's just nice to have the extra space to keep a couple extra items that are important and keep it all sorted. So, how did I go about sorting my stash? Well, since I made a Demon Hunter and there were 4 different builds that could get leaderboards, Marauders, Unhallowed Essence, Natalia's, and LON build, I decided I wanted to collect the gear for all the builds in case one of those builds pulled ahead near the end of the season. There is also some support builds I wanted to collect items for, so in a total I wanted items for 6 different Demon Hunter builds. And 6 different builds is a lot of stuff to keep track of in your head, especially if you're running Greater Rift groups and you're trying to spend your blood shards really fast and you're thinking, what do I need to spend these on? The group's waiting on me, I don't want to hold them up, I'll just spend them on whatever. I don't even know if I need an upgrade for this, but I'll just spend them on one-handers or whatever. So I decided to make a little chart so I could easily glance over at it and see what items that I still needed for all of my builds. So we'll take a little look at this. At the top here we have all the builds that I was trying to collect items for: Marauders, Unhallowed Essence, Natalia's, LON, Support 1, Support 2, the Elemental type, that's just for rolling on bracers and amulets, nice thing to know at a glance. And then here's all the parts of the build that you need: weapon, offhand, yada yada yada. And down here is the key, so we can get a better sense of how I color coded this. So red background means I don't own the item at all. Black background is I have the item, but I would really like an upgrade. Blue item means it's good enough that I would be comfortable pushing with that item. And green item means it's best in slot, so it'd be very difficult to find an upgrade for this item. And then for the text, the gray text means it's non-ancient, and the yellow text means it's ancient. And since everything's so nicely color-coded, I would just have this open up on my second monitor, and when I needed to roll blood shards, I'd glance over, go down the column, look, find something with a black background, Zoe's secret, okay, spend all my blood shards on belts, and that would solve that problem. And it would also help keep my stash cleaner, because I know that these are the items I'm looking for. I don't need to keep other items that I'm like, am I using this? I don't know. I'll just keep it. With this list, I know exactly which items I need to keep. And if you guys want to make these tabs, I'll probably link this one in the description so you can go have a look at it or download it yourself and change it. And you can color code it however you want. This is just the colors that worked for me. And this is pretty much how I kept myself sane sorting through my stash this season. And part of my preparations for next season will to be making spreadsheets for all the characters, builds, and classes that I'm going to be making next season, so I'll know beforehand throughout the entire season which items I need to keep so I don't accidentally scrap anything that might be really good that I forgot I needed, and stuff like that. And another thing I want to add to the spreadsheet is how much space I'm using up trying to collect items for these builds. So if we go back into the game here, gems take up a single unit, so it's a 7x10, and you get 7 tabs. You have 5 here. This is your 6th. I would have a 7th one if I did the seasonal journey. So that would add up to 490 single units or 245 double units. In addition to this, you can also try and account for mules. Each character's inventory is 60 single units, and each character setup will take 4 single units. Belts, rings, and amulets are all single unit items that only take up 1 space, and 8 to 9 double units for everything else, and 8 to 9 depending on whether or not you use an offhand. This adds up to 20 to 22 units needed per build. Now personally, I use 2 whole spaces for crafting. This brings me to 350 units in my stash for builds, allowing for 15 non-overlapping builds. That means if all of the builds didn't share any items between them, I could fit all of those 15 builds into my stash. Now I will probably only collect items for 7 or 8 builds, and I'll also keep certain key items in my character's stash. So that should give me an ample amount of room for extra miscellaneous items that I want to keep that I think have potential. So the amount of space the builds take up and the amount of space I have available in the stash tabs is something I'm going to be taking into consideration when I make these spreadsheets for next season. I'll most likely make a video on the spreadsheets once I have them for next season, give you guys a little taste of what I'm going to be playing next season, and maybe they might look a little better and inspire some of you to make your own spreadsheets there. But that's all I have for today. I hope this helps some of you struggling with the stash space, and feel free to let me know in the comments how your stash space looks and any strategies you use to keep it clean. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like, and make sure to subscribe for more Diablo videos. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.